Boy, do we have something special today. This is the final send-off of the Dodge Challenger RT Scat Pack. And just a quick history on this. Dodge came up with this car to kind of go against the grain to society. It wasn't going to be another Mustang. It wasn't going to be another Camaro or a Corvette. They said, you know what, we're going to do something. It's going to be nasty. It's going to be loud. It's going to be big and heavy and in your face. And they stuck to it. And this car has all of that. I'm really excited to bring it to you today. Welcome to Rev Nation. Stay tuned. That gorgeous front end. They had stayed true since the creation of the first one. Check out those headlights. Those are dual LED. You do have some daytime running lamps down there. Got a nice splitter, a lot of airflow. Just looks mean and menacing, and I think that they did an absolute perfect job. Getting up to the hood, check out the size of that scoop. That is just badass. That looks like a nose of an animal or something like that. And you got cool heat extractors. I really like what they've done with the sloping in the hood, the design elements. Really good. Just captures the essence of this car. Coming around to the side, body lines look super clean. Really nice and tasteful going all the way down. Not too busy. The lines in the fender wall look really good. Nice little element to that. You got some side lights going on here. These wheels and tires just look really good. These are Goodyear Eagles. It's got the 20-inch machined rims here. And right in there, you can see that. I'll zoom back in. You got your big monster Brembo brakes. 4-way independent suspension on this, and that has a Bilsteins, which is, man, that's really cool, because I figured that Bilstein was just mostly an off-road company. I didn't know that they actually made performance shocks. But you learn something new every day. And that says it all, folks. Look at that. That is what society can do according to Mopar, is just F off. That's what they did with this car. And I think, man, it just looks cool as hell. I like how they put that gas cap in there. That's just pretty cool. Traditional too, you know. It doesn't have the no cap thing going on. It doesn't lock. I wish it kind of did. That would be a little better. Coming around the back, you got your traditional tail lights. I mean, these look like they're straight out of the 1970s in a good way, with like a modern twist. Super tasteful, well done. Overall rear end just really nice. Get down to your dual exhaust. Check out those tailpipes, looking real good. Got your splitter right there. Oh yeah, good stuff. And you got your nice Scat Pack logo, letting you know that this thing can get down and get down dirty. Man, does that sound good. Holy crap. There are so many cool little touches in this interior that you got to look for them. It's almost like Easter egg hunting. We'll start out over at that door panel. You can see that that is soft touch, both up on the top and the armrest there. Relatively good quality. You know, you got sort of a cloth material up top there, plastics down there where you're going to set your drinks and whatnot. Over here you got a sweet 392 badge. That is 392 cubic inches, what you get in here. Good stuff. Soft touch dash there. It has this neat little yellow-green splash thing going on, paint splatter. Pretty cool. So one of the coolest things about this car is these drive modes in the launch control. Physical buttons down there, which will always help you. So we'll hit the drive modes, and you got track, sport, custom, and then your automatic. So what this does is it changes your steering and your traction, basically. You can see that, right? So you go into sport mode, and that puts your electronic stability control on, I believe. And then you got your track mode, and it's showing my traction going off. So over here, we got a really cool function for the launch control. So you can set that to a certain RPM, right? So now it's going to launch at 3,000 RPM, which is really badass. Overall, the quality inside the cabin here is not terrible. I wish they had a sunroof, but I don't even know if they come with one. Got your standard, you know, glasses holder. You can program your garage in there, which is always nice. Got your regular old visors and, you know, really not much else to write home about. But it's an overall good interior. I do love the position of this armrest here. You got a fair amount of room. It's not huge, but you do have USB ports in there and a 12-volt charger. This sits really well with your arm, but I guess if maybe you're a much smaller person, you might have a little bit of trouble. And let me talk about this shifter for a second. This is such a short throw, you can see that. I mean, it takes a little getting used to. You're probably going to miss a gear or two, but it is really awesome. It helps with just bring out all the performance that this car has, which is incredible. Back seats aren't too terrible. The cool thing is you do have rear AC vents back there, which is nice. I was really surprised when I saw that. And you do have a center armrest with 2 cup holders in that. So your kids will be fine back here. I don't know how many adults you want to stuff back there. You can see you do have quite a bit of pillar going on there, so the visibility is not the greatest in the world, let me tell you. You can't, those little windows in the corner, pretty much useless. You do have a massive trunk back here. You don't get a full-size spare. It's just one of those little changing kits that you have there, but it does have the portable pump. If you had the upgraded stereo system, this is where they would put your subwoofers too. But overall, pretty massive trunk. You're going to be able to use this for, you know, throwing your luggage, or you could probably even fit like 3 tires in here, maybe even 4 if you put the seats down. And this is where the party gets started. This is the 6.4 liter V8 producing 485 horsepower, 475 pound-feet of torque, and it is just immediate and nasty as they come. Really cool stuff in here, so check that out. I think that they put that on there. Drop a gear and disappear. Super funny. Got a nice AFE power intake there, and just look at the size of this stuff. You know, your throttle bodies and everything is just oversized and overstated, and just kind of speaks to what this car is. I really, really love this engine bay, and not to mention there's plenty of room to work in here, so when you're tinkering with this down the road, you shouldn't really have a whole lot of trouble getting at things. There's a neat shot at those heat extractors, and they do put some sound deadening and a little heat shield there. You got your automatic struts too, which is nice. You don't have the old prop rod. Right, setting off in the Dodge Challenger Scat Pack, and man, am I excited to drive this thing. You do have a manual parking brake, so which is pretty cool. And like I was saying before, the throws on this are so short that it does take a little bit of getting used to. But once you get the feel of it, this probably has one of the best clutches that I have driven. It's got this, I can't remember what it's called, but it's like a twin pack clutch that is pretty much a race clutch that you can daily drive comfortably. So we'll get her out, get it up to speed here. And man, God, is that power just immediate. It's so good. I can't describe how good of a feeling just driving this massive V8 with all that power. Yes! Listen to that. So good. Man, that'll get you in trouble. Holy crap. And people talk about how, you know, it's going to break traction immediately and stuff like that. It really hasn't been my experience. And I've been getting on this thing for sure. You know, I'm not being easy on it by any means. But this 6-speed and this engine, holy crap, just so good. The visibility in this cabin is not that great, but the livability in here, everything's within reach. You know, it's really laid out well. You still have a lot of physical controls. You can tell that this is from, you know, an earlier era, but that's not a terrible thing. There is a lot of tech within this screen here and a lot of different functions that you can control. You got your climate controls in there. This does come with heated seats. I believe all the Scat Pack, even if you get the lowest tier, comes with heated seats, and they will cook you. Man, they're good. But just, oh God, that noise, that sells it all. You know, that's got to be like one of the best sounding exhaust notes that I've heard in many years, if you know, not my entire life. But living with this as opposed to like a Mustang. So I've owned Mustangs. I had a Camaro for a tester, or I'm sorry, a loaner for like a month. And those are fine, you know, especially if you get into like the lower powered base trim ones. It's just pretty much like any other little commuter car. But this has such a comfortable ride with that Bilstein suspension that you can really, really live with this every day, even if you're older like me. And you don't want something that's super stiff and jarring and all of that. You just kind of grow out of that over time. But overall impressions on this is great on the highway when you're cruising at 70, 80 miles an hour. and it is a beast, an absolute beast, like on the drag strips, or just going out and getting a nice straight road and just getting on it. It does feel a bit heavy-ish, and at 4,300 pounds, obviously that's going to happen, right? I think that a lot of the competitors like the Mustang and the Camaro are roughly 700-800 pounds less than this, but they're also a much smaller package, and they're also not as comfortable, obviously, like we had already talked about. If I'm getting something like this, I want to be able to row my own gears and just get every last bit of that power and performance out of it. And here we go. Yes! Man, is that fun. Holy shit. From that 20-mile-an-hour roll, you're going to be able to destroy everything. Turning radius is actually really good in this. Man, holy crap. This is going to put the biggest smile on your face that you could ever ask for. God, it's so good. The engine, this transmission, the performance. Oh. No wonder why there's such a dedicated following for this thing. Clubs upon clubs upon clubs, and everybody's really tight-knit, and the aftermarket is massive. I got a guy over here, he's got a Charger SRT right now, and he's like flagging me down. I don't think we need to light up the town, bud, sorry. But, yeah. Now, if you're shopping this, and you're shopping the Mustang and stuff like that, the Mustang GT and the Camaro SS and the 1LE and everything like that, they're absolutely incredible cars, and I love them with all of my heart. But there's something special here that you just can't get there. You really can't. And, man, I don't know. I guess that's about wraps it up. You just got to get into one of these and drive it and make that decision yourself. But if I had the money and I could justify it, I would have one of these in my garage, and I wouldn't let it go, because you're not going to be able to get another one. And I have a feeling that they're going to get more and more and more expensive as time goes on. If you want this one, you can call my folks over at Bannister Nissan, and they will take care of you. Please subscribe, hit that like button, share this video, get it out on the internet, let everybody know that there's something special and it's going away. And if they want it, they need to rush out and get it right now while they still can, man. Thanks for watching, folks. We'll see you soon.